Hi, I'm Alicia, your prop money millionaire, cash stuffing, budgeting teacher, single mom of 3. It's time to get into these hands. These hands and bands. Hello, hello. Oh my gosh, it feels like it's been a long time. I'm Alicia, your prop money millionaire. This is Hands and Bands, and we are going to get into this birthday trip. I know I was very secretive about where I was going, was on the hush. If you're new, my birthday was on the 18th of July. And I took a wonderful trip. I'd been planning for it. I had already paid for the flight and the resort reservation ahead of time. So we had saved, paid that in cash, and then we saved more for what we were going to spend or budget to spend as far as like just while on the trip. And so that's what we're doing today. It's going through what I spent, where I went, show you some pictures and just get into all of that. So I went to the Bahamas. Okay, so 2020, summer 2020, the plan was to go on a cruise, a Bahamas cruise. And we all know what happened that year, and so that was canceled, refunded all except the insurance I had purchased, like $100 and something bucks. So I was like, okay, whatever. So and I've been all over Europe, and I've lived overseas, and I've been all over the United States, but I've never been to the Caribbean at all. And so that was like, oh, I want to do that. So when it didn't happen, I was really bummed. But fast forward, here we are, 2023, and I just turned 40, woohoo! And so I thought, what other amazing way to celebrate my 40th birthday but to go to the Bahamas with some of my closest friends. And so that's what I did. And remember, I had bought these tickets well in advance. Well, then all these storms had rolled out, and so we started getting notifications saying, hey, first I got a notification saying that the flight was like, I think like overbooked possibly, and they're looking for people to like change their flights, and I was like, absolutely not. And then I got a notification saying it was delayed, and then it was like, it's canceled. So then the next notification said that I had been rebooked, leaving around the same time, which was like late. The plan was to leave late night Sunday, like 11:30 p.m. flight, like a red eye, and then arrive in Miami early Monday morning, and then be in the Bahamas by like 10 a.m. My friends had already, two of my friends had already got down there before us. Me and the friends that were coming from Arizona, and so they were already there waiting. So the plan was to get there and then meet with them that morning, and we had these things we had planned to do. Well, now that this flight had got canceled, we were rebooked on a similar time out, but to Philadelphia with a 5-hour layover. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna let anything steal my joy. So, at least I'm traveling, not alone and just bored. So, whatever. I've never been to Philly. It was awesome. Airport. Didn't leave the airport. But we traveled from Arizona and then had our 5-hour layover. I did see one of those minute hotels, whatever it's called, where they, at the hotel, or I'm sorry, at the airport, where you can stay and like literally stay for like an hour or hours or however much. I had seen it on Instagram, and I was like, hey, they have one here. But we didn't do that. We just got some breakfast and chatted and hung out in the airport. And then, time flies when you're not alone, at least. And so then it was time to hop over to Miami. I'm sorry, no. Then we hopped right over to the Bahamas, sorry. So we went from Arizona, Philly, then to the Bahamas. And that was very uneventful, which was good. So, entering the Bahamas. First of all, it was such an amazing time. From the time we landed, everyone was so kind and beautiful, and just, it was, the vibe we got was very like, why stress about stuff vibe, like it's no reason to stress, and I just loved it. I was so relaxed, and obviously on vacation anyway. There were some like possible storms brewing around, but I think we only saw rain, like heavy rain, one day. Other than that, it like sprinkled here and there, but nothing major at all. So we land, you know, we get our stuff, we go through customs, got my stamp, and then okay, so we were going to book. I was like, I want to ride a limo. I want to ride a limo to the resort. And she was like, let's do it. You know what I mean? My friends are all about the craziness and shenanigans that I want to do. But we could not find one. So they had like a luxury sedan type thing. And I was like, or luxury SUV. So I was like, I'm just going to we can just get a taxi. And then because of all the changes with the flight, it really worked out in our benefit because we really couldn't make arrangements not knowing what time we were going to get in. So I was like, you know what? We'll just catch a cab when we get there. So we get there, and the cab that we ended up taking, it was like a, I don't even know kind of car, but I would equate it to like a Cadillac Escalade, you know, like super nice, big body vehicle. And I'm like, what? And so I asked him, I said, hey, is this a normal cab? And he just starts laughing. He's like, no. And he pointed out what the normal cabs look like, more like almost like a hybrid minivan type thing, a little smaller than a regular minivan. I'm like, oh, okay. He's just like, you know, this is what I drive, and this is what I do. So I was like, okay, like I love this. So I felt like I got that luxury ride for $35, right? I tipped him well, but that was our fee. So I was like, this is awesome. Like, do you have a card? Give us his card. He's like, just call me the night before, the morning of, when you guys are ready to head out. Make sure you get to the airport about 2 hours ahead of time, and yeah, I'll come and get you guys. So we literally booked him to go back as well, and he was such a joy. He was very kind, and we laughed and talked, and he just told us about like his one experience coming to the States when he went to Vegas, and it was so hot that he's like, I'm never going back again. But so we get to the resort, and it's beautiful. We stayed, and my goal is to like pop in pictures here and there. I didn't take as many pics as I thought I would. I was really just enjoying the moment. So I do have some, you know, for my kids, they wanted to see, and then you know, I FaceTimed and that kind of stuff with family, so they were able to see and talk to me. But it was beautiful. So we stayed at the Grand Hyatt Bahamar, and it is this high-end resort, and all my friends called me bougie. They were like, you better be glad that we love you because this is expensive. And I'm like, I know, but I only turned 40 once, and this is what I want to do. And I don't go on a lot of trips anymore just because, you know, life is lifing, and I wanted to do this, and I saved for it, and I planned for it, and I did it, and I don't regret any of it, not a moment. And the view is magnificent. I no longer feel like it's okay to wake up and look out my window and see desert. Like, I need to continue to wake up, open the curtain, step out into the balcony, and get that fresh air, see the ocean, feel the breeze. Like, I miss it so much. Oh my gosh, it was that alone. It was just so beautiful. We had a beautiful ocean view, and yes, I did have to pay more for that initially, but again, I knew I wanted certain things. I wanted to see the ocean every day, and so we had the ocean view. And then once we got settled, we met with our friends, and we just had an amazing time. We ate, we laughed, we went. And so this resort has like everything you need right there. And when I say everything, I mean everything. You know, obviously it has like beach access with cabanas and private cabanas and all of that. And it's lined with food and people helping you to put the umbrellas up and drinks and come and serve you. It's great, right? But then you have a water park on site with tons of slides and a lazy river. You have a spa on site, which we did do as well. We did have service that had full body massage. We went down the lazy river. There's if you bring your children, which we saw lots of families, they even have like a service where you can leave your kids at this like mini luxury thing for kids. I didn't look into that as much because obviously I didn't bring my kids, so I don't know, but it looks like it's basically like their own little fun. We saw some people like walking kids around in strollers. They have their own events and activities in there. There's nightclubs, there's a jazz bar, there's a casino. There's Summit Pool, like the Summit Bar in the pool, several pools, restaurants galore, shopping. Literally, you do not have to leave this resort. And that's the idea. It is not all inclusive. All of your gratuities are built in. So keep that in mind when you're paying for things. So, like for us, those of us who shared rooms, we paid together everywhere, because you get these little bands you put on, like a silicone watch looking band, and you can just use that as your door key and as you charge things to your room. So if me and my person that I shared a room with are going to go to dinner, we're not going to pay separately because we're each going to have to pay those fees. And so it's just cheaper to pay that together. Just FYI, if you ever plan on going. I don't drink alcohol, and we were so busy doing things, we didn't eat as much as we thought we probably would. So for me, the all-inclusive wasn't a big deal. Some of our other friends that were there before us came from an all-inclusive location, and they said this place doesn't even compare. Like, we're not even going back to their location, and it's not really worth it in the long run. So, you know, do what you do. Just my information, okay? Just my opinion. So yeah, we did everything. We got private cabanas, and the first day that we got there, that first night we got there was kind of late, you know, obviously with the flights and everything, but we did grab some food and hung out a little bit. But we definitely hit the beach the next morning. We were out there with the cabana. We spent time going to the water parks. Okay, so the lazy river, it wasn't that lazy, okay? It was very fun, but we were kind of like, should we get on? It looks like it's going to be a storm, and the way it's made, it's like a rock wall all around that river, so not really, you know, where you can just hop off and say, okay, I'm going to go to my room or find shelter. So we finally decided, okay, we're going to get on. And so we're floating down, and we each have our own inner tube thing, and so there's like a lifeguard every, like, I would say like maybe every every 6 feet. Okay. And I said, hey, how deep is this? Because there's a lot of you lifeguards. And he's like, it's like 3 feet. And I was like, why is there so many of you? And he was like, 5-star. I was like, okay. And then we see another lifeguard, and I was like, hey, is it going to rain? And he looks around and he says, nah, maybe not. If not today, maybe tomorrow. And this whole time he's saying this, I'm like floating along. I'm like, I'm done talking to you. I'm so done. I'm cracking up. Like, I'm done. There's like this big churn of water that comes out twice. This is why I call it not a lazy river, because this wave that comes crashing out, like, separated a bunch of people. Like, some couple was like, hey, we're coming through. It was a lot of like going on. It was like, this is not lazy. This is a very active, core engaged workout. So get to the end, and you know, hey, it can't get like I used to. All right. And so it's like, hey, and then here goes the same guy, the maybe not, I don't know, maybe tomorrow rain guy. And I was like, I don't want to go around again. Can you stop me? He's like, did you guys hear her? She wants to go around again. I'm like, no, I don't. So he pulls me over with my friends, and I'm like, okay. I was like, I can't get up. So he puts his hands. I'm like, yeah, right. This guy's like probably like 100 pounds. You can't lift me up. And he's like, puts his hands. I just whoosh, pulls me right up. I'm like, okay, well, help my friends too, because we all can't get up. It was so much fun. Everyone was just laughing, and I loved it. So we went shopping, and like there at the resort, but then we also went to go shopping like downtown. So we caught a cab and we went shopping downtown, so the main source of their economy, income, whatever you want to call it, is from tourism, obviously. And we were talking to another gentleman that's from there. They were just celebrating their 50th year of independence from Britain, and he was saying that he said the second highest after tourism is private banking. I was like, oh, okay, offshore account type things. But he was saying, because I said, hey, why is everything closed so early? Like, the pools are closed at a certain time. Not that they're like literally closed, but it's dark, and the only thing that's probably still active at the nighttime is the casino. So we definitely did as much as we could during the day, and then just hung out inside and ate at restaurants and did things inside after that. But he said that mainly the whole island operates off of one shift, and that shift is really around the cruise ships that come in, because they come in during a certain time. He's like, it's basically like a 9 to 5 type thing, 9 to 6 or whatever. He's like, people, you know, the cruise ships come in, and downtown, it's like, they call it straw market, and it's very like flea market type style, right? And so it's common every day, these ships to come in, and they're out there selling their stuff, and they're haggling and whatnot. So that's why once that's all done, most people, that's like the big thing. Ships are done, we're done. So we did go into there, and I bought some cute stuff, but I got a lot of souvenirs there. And it's very like, you got to negotiate the prices, right? They're going to tell you one, you're like, I don't want it. So I got t-shirts, I got stuffed animals, I got keychains and the bag and all that good stuff, for the family and, my kiddos. So, what else? The spa was magnificent. Oh my gosh. It's very luxurious, very high end, very expensive, but again, I planned for that. And so if you ever go, dinner reservations are almost an absolute must because it gets packed super fast. So you want to make your reservations ahead of time just so you have somewhere to eat. You can always get room service. You can always get things to go. But if you want to sit there and eat, reservations are key. There's a sugar factory. I don't know if there's one wherever you guys are. They're finally opening. I think they opened one here in Arizona, but for a while, the only one closest to us was in San Diego. So there's a sugar factory there, and you know, oh my gosh, it was like a whole event in there with someone had bought one of those $100 12 people dessert things. So like they have a whole like moment, and the lights are flashing, they're playing, you know, like bumping music, and they come out dancing and singing. It's amazing. It's just an experience in itself. But we had an amazing time. The grounds, huge. I mean, like so huge. Every day we're like, we're gonna get lost. And we did so much walking. And it was great. Like I loved it. It's burning up because it's hot and it's humid. But other than that, loved it, loved it, loved it. I would not suggest, me personally, even though they have the water park and they have that thing for the kiddos, I just don't think it's somewhere that my kids would have enjoyed for more than like a day pass type place. I don't see them wanting to go and stay for like a week. You know what I mean? So, I wouldn't take my kids there. I would take them somewhere else where they would have other things to do for children. But, if you're into like lounging and relaxing and just enjoying everything, it's the place. Okay. So I feel like I'm talking for a long time about that, but I wanted to show you, and I have prizes to give away. Okay. There's so much. I'm just like, I know I've been yammering. Okay. So here is our 2023 Bday budget. Trip budget. I'm just writing all crazily today. Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about a thing. I'm not gonna write that either. Okay, so remember, I'm not including the flight or the resort costs, but there are fees you pay once you get there. So the fees and food, spa, and shopping that I did where I charge it to the room, my half of the two-person was $600. And then, oh, the cabanas, they were $50 each. I went ahead and paid for those. Well, I paid for those too. And I checked luggage, and that was $60 total, $30 each way. And I bought some new like swimsuits and things before I left, like that weekend before. So it was $100. I think it's extra, like, it wasn't swimsuits. These were like the lounging wear and things. I just didn't have like certain things I wanted to pick up. And so I grabbed some things before I left that day. What else? Oh, and then we had actual, what am I missing? Oh, the flights. So my half of, I'll call this flight seats. So choosing where you want to sit cost more, and so splitting that cost up, my portion was $50. And then I bought a new suitcase for $100 only, and I bought that last minute because I have 2 pieces of luggage in my garage, and when I went to go, and gladly I packed and had some time before like stores closed, because both my wheels, I totally forgot, I haven't used these in forever because we've done a lot of road trips, so it hasn't really mattered, you know, throw them in the van and go. They were not moving around that well, and having to transfer, you know, between flights and move around, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just grab a new suitcase. So I grabbed one. And I love it. It's beautiful. So got that. And then I took out $300 in cash just to have on hand before I left. And so that I didn't really track. I just, as we were going around shopping and things, that's what I use that for. So we've got 600 plus 100 plus 60 plus 100 plus 50 plus 100 plus 300, 1310. So that's what I spent after I paid for everything. So that's like as far as the trip itself. Oh my gosh, and my friends came and brought me like these 40th birthday balloons and a sash, and I'm hoping I'm inserting pictures here and there, however I'm doing it, but that was beautiful. I loved it. We just had a good time, like a lot of laughing and just not worried about, not worried about teaching or Etsy or, videos or feeding the kids. It's like literally just relaxing, and it was so perfectly timed right before it's time to go back to work, so I really enjoyed it. Okay, so my birthday money, we had saved $19.85, and then I took out the 300. Oops, $19.85 minus the 300, $16.85 minus then the 1,010 I need to pay off. So I should have $675 left in here. And I've already literally paid that entire card off. I'm not playing around with that. So all that's left in that account now is $675. 650, 75. All right, so that's out. 1310 is gone. So I still have 675. So I'm already ahead for saving for next year's whatever I'm going to do. And I don't think I'm going to do something just this big, but whatever it is, I do want to have some fun and have money and not have to worry about it. So that's what I spent on my Bahamas trip. And there was another, gosh, what was it? I think it was like, was it 2,400? I have to look it up. Anyway, so last Friday I showed you guys my new Affirmators Unite affirmation card set. Okay, so that's in the shop. But I also was like, hey, let's do. I didn't have a Friday freebie, so I did 5 prizes, 5 winners for a $25 gift card or whatever to my Etsy shop. So I have your winners. Let's see who they are. Oh, I want to tell you, I don't know what I was going to tell you guys. They also have walking with the flamingos every morning. I do have a little video of that. I hope I inserted it somewhere. If I didn't hear, drop it in right now. That was so fun. And there's other things to do. There was an art museum there. We did go see that. Walked around. I love art. And they have different pieces and collections they bring in. You can swim with the pigs. The water sports like the kayaking and the paddleboard are included. You can do other things as well. There's a like a wave pool as well in the water park, and you can do we call that, we're on the surfing. And then there was also like an aquarium. We can go underneath this like little waterfall area and see, like you're in a pool, but you're underneath this like this rock area, and there's like, you can see the sharks and turtles. It's beautiful. There's so much. It's just so much. I'm sure I'm forgetting tons of things, but you can go online, check it out, and see what all they have to offer. It was like, the pictures are amazing online, and that's exactly how it looks. It's a very new resort. I think it was built in like, I want to say 2012. It's very new. And we even saw some NBA players. We saw some reality TV people. So it is very popular, but you didn't feel like anyone was really like checking for them. It was kind of like we're all just here to enjoy, which I really enjoyed myself. Okay, anyway, our winners. I'm going all over the place and I'm just yapping around. So I've got 5 people. So, and I'm going to insert my little picture of your name from the little comment picker. Tina, congrats. You won $25 to my shop. Everyone, please reach out to me either an email or Instagram message, and I'll give you your code for shopping. In the Sky with Diamonds. Yes. Congrats. Kiki C. Congrats. Louise, Avon Saving, Budgeting and Challenges. Congrats. I feel like you won before too, so double congrats. And Monica Fiallo, Fiallo. Congrats to you as well. So reach out to me, either email, which is listed below, or Instagram, message me, and I'll get you your prize. I appreciate you guys all. I had an amazing time. Let me just say this real quick because I totally forgot. And so I'm going to plug it in. We need a hashtag. So let's do hashtag resort life. Deuces. Hashtag resort life. Put that in for our daily hashtag. You never know when I'm going to pull something. So there we go. When I got back, I checked my P.O. box. I have tons. Well, not tons. I have, it doesn't matter. One is tons to me. But I've got Happy Mail that I want to share with you from people. And I opened one prior to me going, and I thought for some reason I posted it, and I'm not sure. So, and I feel like my brain is, it's random. So I'm going to insert that clip in the video somewhere when I show my other stuff. So tomorrow, I'll have another video for you, and I will share my Happy Mail. And we'll just get back in the groove of things, guys. Have an amazing rest of your day. Happy Monday. And I will talk to you later. Bye. Boom.